How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So today we're going to go through the top trending comic books. Now these are books that have been massively heating up, going up, and people are buying up like crazy, but it could be also that they're selling a bunch of them as well. So I like to go through why they're going up and kind of give you my assessment of what you should do. Should you buy them? Should you sell them? Should you speculate on them? All that kind of stuff. And I go through all the lists pretty much, and I pick out like 10 that I want to talk about. So I'll go through cover price, go collect, key collector, stuff like that. And I pick out certain ones, and I kind of tell you my advice, being a comic book dealer, on what I think you should do with them. Now, so let's go through the first one. The first, we got Silver Sable and the Wild Pack number 9. Now, this is the first appearance of the first Silver Sable and also the father of the current Silver Sable. Yeah, a lot of Silver Sables. All right, so why is this kind of on this list? Why is this trending? So this is up 1,100% copies sold from the previous week. So a lot of them have been selling, a ton. So why is this going up? Why is this selling so much? Well, there's a lot of speculation that in the new Craven film, Russell Crowe's role is going to be the father to Silver Sable. So that's why it's trending up. I don't see that at all. Honestly, I think what it is Russell Crowe is going to be the original Craven, and then Aaron Tyler Johnson is going to be like Craven's son, and who's going to be hunting Spider-Man in the future and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't go with these rumors. This is a definite pass for me. And even if it was like a possibility, you don't want this book. You want Spider-Man 265. Next, we got DC's Very Merry Multiverse. And this is the first appearance of Kid Quick, who's the Flash from Future State. It's also the first appearance of Batwoman Beyond, the daughter of Terry McGinnis. This is up 900%. Why is this on here? Well, it's because Kid Quick will return in Pride Month Celebration One-Shot Multiversity, Teen Justice in June. This is a big pass. Who cares, right? Like, this is going to be one of those things. It's story driven. You won't see this appear in any other media outside, here and there in the comic books. It's a big pass. Just don't even bother. Like, it's just going to be one of those, like, just if you love it and you want it, buy it. But if you're thinking this is going to be a solid investment in the future, no. And if you think this will be a short-term investment, no. Like, this is going to be here today, gone tomorrow. So unless you bought this book before it was on this list, then don't buy it now. So that's the only way you're making money, is if like you sold it now and you bought it like a couple months ago or something. All right, next we got Miss Marvel number 5. This is the origin of Miss Marvel and also the first appearance of the Inventor, which is kind of like, I guess, a Thomas Edison type clone. Anyways, this is up 720%. Why is this up? Well, it's pretty simple. If you watch the trailer that was released, I don't know, a few days ago, it shows her in this exact same cover, sitting on the light post kind of thing. It's the origin of her costume and how she creates it. Anyways, that's why this is popping off, is because people saw this cover. They kind of mirrored it in the trailer, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is gotta get it. Is the Inventor going to be in the show? Who knows? Probably not. Most likely not. It's unconfirmed. There's a casting named Birdman. Some people think it's the Inventor. Even if it was the Inventor, unless the Inventor is going to be like this great villain, like something like Loki that's go on forever, it's going to be one of those things that's here today, gone tomorrow. Perfect example is look at the Flash TV show. Look at every single villain on there. Every single one that's like in an episode or two. Where are they now? Where are those books now? They're all kind of right back. They pop up, go right back down. So again, this is a massive pass for me. If you're going to get a Miss Marvel, get her first appearances and stuff like that. No, there's also some pretty cool variant covers that you can get instead. This is a big pass. All right, next we got Deadpool number 1. This is the limited series. This is his first solo book, and this is up 363% because Sean Levy has been confirmed as director of Deadpool 3. This to me is green. Keep an eye out means I would say it's good to go. Like, if this is something you want, I would keep an eye out to get this book. I think this is a great book to get. It's a Deadpool book. It's basically his first solo series. definitely worth something considering if you can't afford, obviously, a New Mutants 98, right? That's maybe out of the realm for you, but this is a good, secondary book to get for that because Deadpool is a massively popular character. So, I mean, there's not much else I can say about it. All right, moving on. We got the new Teen Titans. What is this? Number 9. Number 9. Now, this has always been very interesting to me. I never understood why this book is worth so little. So when I saw it on this list, I'm like, yeah, the person, gets it. Like this, it was like in Nick's picks. And I was like, yes, this person gets it. So what is so special about this book? This is the second appearance of Deathstroke. Obviously, you got New Teen Titans number 2, which is obviously, first appearance of Deathstroke, very expensive book. But this book is relatively cheap compared to other second appearances. So this is up 625% because I guess most people just haven't pointed it out. Like, hey, look, this is second appearance. So it's good that it's trending up. If you got this book, awesome. I still think this is a good get. Like it's green. So, I mean, it's second appearance of Deathstroke. Why was this book always like so unknown and so no one really cared? It's Deathstroke. It's a pretty big villain. I mean, Deadpool is basically a copy of Deathstroke. All right, next we got X-Men number 94. So this, I've made videos about this in like my dropping and stuff like that. I think it's reaching its lowest point. Like this got unnecessarily high compared to other books in the same like key range. It's like a second appearance of most of all the X-Men, third appearance of Wolverine. Chris Claremont starts on this series, which he had a great run. And it's the rebirth of the X-Men because before this, 93 through 67, I think, is all kind of reprints. So this starts the X-Men again. Very key issue in the X-Men run. So X-Men are obviously coming to the MCU. That's pretty much a guarantee. When is the question. So I think this book is kind of pretty much bottomed out, close to it. At this point, I think it's going to be kind of jumping around. So I think this is a good book to keep your eye out on if you can get a copy. All right, next, my last one on this, good to go green is we got X-Force number 2. This is kind of similar to the one I just mentioned, not the X-Men, but the new Teen Titans one. This is Deadpool's second appearance. And this book is relatively really cheap for his second appearance. He's also on the cover too. That's like, it's basically his second appearance and second cover appearance. So let's see. This book is up 187% from the previous. It's also the first appearance of Weapon X, Garrison Kane. But anyways, I think this is a good get. I think it's relatively cheap. I think if you can't afford New Mutants, 98, this is something that you should definitely get into. Same with the Deadpool number 1. Bunch of Deadpool on this list, but it's interesting how low it is. I think the reason why it's relatively cheap is because this was during when they printed a ton of comic books, and there's a lot in high grade. So I don't know. I think just be a kind of a supply and demand type of thing, but I still think it's a good book. All right, these next ones on here, these are yellow, which means proceed with caution, which is also yield. But these are kind of speculation, not really sure. So let's kind of jump into these and kind of see what's going on. All right, we got, was it Hulk number 234. Now, this is the first appearance of Quasar, which was pretty popular, I guess, in the 90s. Not so much now, but pretty popular then. So in 2017, James Gunn tweeted an image of Quasar brand VCR. Now, it's unlikely, the speculation is it's unlikely that they'll use the male version. They might use the female version of Quasar to introduce in the MCU. Name is Avril Kincaid. So this is up 220% from the previous week. And there's speculation that Miss Marvel might derive her powers from the quantum bands. So a lot of things. I still think for someone, I feel like this book is relatively cheap for how big of a character is in this comic book. So definitely speculation there. Also, I feel like it's still a good get because it's relatively cheap. I feel like your risk reward, right? Risk reward. I think there's more reward for the risk that you're putting your money into. All right, next we got the Exiles #3. This is the first full appearance of Peggy Carter as Captain America. And the Doctor Strange trailer teases the reprise of Captain America Carter because it goes through different multiverses. This is up 567% this week, and the introduction of Captain Carter in the UK. Well, there have been a lot of pushing of this character through the TV show, through the animated show, and now they're showing up in Doctor Strange 2. I just feel like there's could be something there that she'll continue to show up more and more and more. So for me, it's kind of like, okay, there's something to it, but it's definitely speculation. That's about it. Last on this list is one I kind of mentioned before, Spider-Man 265. If you are going to jump on the speculation of Silver Sable, which was got way more popular in the 90s, then you want 265. That's the one you want. That, to me, the Father one, that's a pass. This one is definitely speculation, but it's still a good book regardless. So the risk reward is still pretty much in your favor, because even if the speculations don't turn out to be true in, say, the next 5 or 10 years, or maybe ever, you still have a pretty good comic book. It was kind of like that Hulk 234. So the upside is definitely worth it. Now, if this is something you're looking to get into, things like that, I wouldn't bet the bank on it, so to speak. But if you're looking around, I would say this has a pretty good upside. Even if nothing happens with Silver Sable, I think this will be a good book that will continue to rise in value over time. All right, that's it for today. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. Also, if you ever buy anything off eBay, it doesn't even have to be comics, use my link below and it helps out this channel. Basically, I get a percentage of whatever you guys buy. I know some of you have used it before, but whatever, it doesn't even have to be comics. Just click the link, then whatever you're shopping for on eBay, buy it. Even if you're bidding on auctions, buy those things, and helps. eBay pays me basically. So nothing happens with you. It just helps me out. Have a good day.